The quarterback room in Cleveland just got a lot more complicated, and it's all thanks to one electric preseason performance. Shedeur Sanders, the rookie many thought would simply get his feet wet in the NFL this summer, walked into Bank of America Stadium and turned the entire conversation upside down. The Browns didn't just beat the Carolina Panthers, they did it on the back of a fourth-string quarterback who looked nothing like a man buried on the depth chart. And now, every fan in the Dawg Pound is asking the same thing. Has Shedeur just forced Kevin Stefanski's hand? I'll tell you everything in detail, but first, hit the like button and comment below. What did you think of this confrontation? I want to hear your opinion. Now, from the very start, there was a sense this wasn't going to be your standard preseason cameo. Sanders, son of NFL Hall of Famer and current Colorado head coach Coach Prime Sanders, took the field with the second-team offense and didn't just manage the game, he commanded it. By the time the final whistle blew, he had engineered 3 touchdown drives, thrown for 138 yards on 14 of 23 passing, tossed 2 touchdowns with 0 interceptions, and posted a QB rating of 106.8. But stats alone don't tell the story. This was about poise under pressure, pocket awareness beyond his years, and the kind of precision passing that gets coaches staring at depth charts late into the night. The first big moment came early in the second quarter. After a muff punt recovery gave Cleveland a short field, Sanders executed a flawless play-action fake, scanned to his third read, and zipped a 7-yard strike to Caden Davis in the back of the end zone. It wasn't just a score, it was a quarterback making a smart progression and delivering a confident throw. Minutes later, with less than 90 seconds before halftime, Sanders rolled right, evaded the rush, and found Davis again, this time for a 12-yard touchdown to give the Browns a 14-7 lead. He had already completed 11 of 18 for 103 yards and 2 TDs by the break, all while mixing in 4 designed runs for 19 yards. NFL Network's Daniel Jeremiah summed it up best: more pocket awareness and poise in the second quarter. Sanders wasn't just dinking and dunking either. He connected with Luke Floria for 30 yards, Gage Larvadain for 19, and Jamari Thrash for 11, showing he could stretch the field when needed. His third touchdown drive, coming in the third quarter, might have been his most impressive. Starting at the Panthers' 43 after a defensive interception, Sanders hit tight end Brendan Bates for 25 yards, then used a clever jet sweep to Larvadain for a 2-yard score. It pushed the lead to 21-7 and capped off a night that was less about survival and more about making a statement. And this is where things get interesting, because the Browns' quarterback depth chart is already crowded. Veterans Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett, along with fellow rookie Dillon Gabriel, were expected to get the lion's share of preseason attention. Sanders, as Louis Riddick pointed out, was ice skating uphill, entering camp as the guy who'd never had to question whether he'd start, now facing an uphill battle just to make the top 3. But when a rookie quarterback leads 9 drives in his debut and produces 3 touchdowns without turning the ball over, that forces conversations in the building. Adding to the drama is the voice of his father. Before the game, Deion Sanders confidently predicted, "He's going to be a problem after tonight. I promise you that." By the end of the night, those words felt less like a proud father hyping his son and more like an accurate scouting report. Coach Prime has always preached preparation, telling stories of cutting the umbilical cord and letting his players, including Shedeur, walk onto the field fully ready to handle the moment. This time, he wasn't there for their pregame ritual walk, but his son carried himself like he had the full weight of that preparation in his back pocket. What's just as telling is how the Browns' locker room responded. Defensive captain Myles Garrett praised Sanders' work ethic and uniqueness, noting how he studies others but plays in his own style. Joe Flacco, who knows a thing or two about winning big games, spoke about how the team was excited to watch him take the field. That kind of buy-in from veterans isn't something a rookie gets for free. You earn it by showing up and delivering when the lights come on. So now, Stefanski has a decision to make. Does he reward Sanders with more first-team practice reps before their next preseason matchup against the reigning Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles on August 16th? Or does he stick to the original plan, keeping Flacco, Pickett, and Gabriel ahead of him on the depth chart? It's the type of choice that could shape not just the rest of the preseason, but potentially the quarterback room dynamics heading into the regular season. What do you think, Browns fans? Did Shedeur Sanders just earn himself a legitimate shot at moving up the depth chart? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Because here's the reality, when a rookie plays like this, you can't just tuck him back into the shadows and pretend nothing happened. The tape is out there now. The fans saw it, the locker room felt it, and the coaches know it. Sanders didn't just flash on a couple of broken plays, he sustained drives, protected the football, and made the type of reads that take years for some quarterbacks to develop. And while preseason games are often dismissed as vanilla playbooks and second-string defenses, they're also where coaches learn who can handle the moment when the plan changes mid-drive. Look back at his second quarter, the poise to stand in the pocket in his own end zone, defenders crashing in, and still drop a 19-yard strike to Gage Larvadain was a veteran move. Then in the third quarter, after taking a sack and having a pointed exchange with a receiver, he didn't let frustration spiral. Instead, he turned the next possession into points with that smart jet sweep call. That's emotional control, and it matters in an NFL huddle where everyone is watching the quarterback for cues. But there's more here than just numbers and execution. This was a cultural moment, too. Shedeur Sanders carries a legacy, not just his father's NFL Hall of Fame name, but the weight of being one of the most visible HBCU products to step into an NFL huddle in years. Every snap he takes challenges outdated narratives about where elite quarterbacks can come from. His success isn't just a personal milestone, it's something that resonates with HBCU fans, with young players watching from smaller programs, and with a Cleveland fan base that has been searching for long-term stability under center for decades. And make no mistake, that fan base is buzzing right now. Social media lit up with clips of his touchdown throws, the Floria one-handed snag, and his confident body language between plays. Browns supporters, notorious for dissecting every throw in preseason, were suddenly talking about Shedeur time and wondering how soon Stefanski might test him against the first-team defense. When you combine performance, personality, and the backing of a veteran-led locker room, you've got the recipe for a full-on quarterback controversy, or at the very least, a storyline that's going to dominate the rest of training camp. Next week's matchup against the Eagles could be a turning point. The reigning champs are no joke, even in August, and if Sanders sees extended snaps against their defensive depth, it'll be a real litmus test. Was Carolina just the perfect storm for him to shine, or is this a sign that the Browns may have stumbled onto something bigger than they planned in the fourth round of the draft? Because right now, the only real argument against giving him more reps is the original plan, and plans are made to be broken when a player forces your hand. Sanders forced it in Carolina. Now all eyes turn to Philadelphia to see if he can do it again. Browns fans, is this the start of a genuine quarterback shakeup, or should the team stick to its veteran-heavy approach? Let's hear your takes in the comments. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Go Browns!